Well, you guys, welcome to this episode of the Appalachian History Detectives. We're on site, and I'm way back in the hills of West Virginia. And I'm here with my cousin Brian. He's going to help me today, and he's using a CTX MineLab CTX. This is my buddy, Doug Hayes. And the story about Doug owns the property where we're going. And back in 150 years ago, this used to be in our family, Brian and my family. And through this course of research, I found out that Doug and I are related through a common ancestor, Samuel Kendall. So Samuel Kendall was my 6th great-grandfather, and I think it was about that with yours. And Doug and I went to high school together, and I had not seen Doug for 37 years. So today is the first time I've seen Doug in 37 years, but I appreciate it. He's gonna take us up there. There's an old cabin up here. And I want to caveat something here, because by now you should have seen some of my other videos, and these pioneers were so poor back in these hills that they didn't have a lot of artifacts to lose. In fact, I'm going to just show you. The valleys are real narrow. There's very little bottomland, and the hills here are real steep. And this is pretty common for this part of West Virginia. And so this wasn't really farmable land, meaning they might have had a cow, a milk cow, they might have raised some pigs and chickens, but they did a lot of canning, and the canning, the food they canned from the garden would get them through the winter time. I call that scratch build living. And there's a reason why there's no one that lives up in here anymore. You know, as soon as the kids became of age to get out of here, they got out of here. So these sites aren't artifact rich. And the prior videos, I didn't really show digs of mason jar lids. And I don't show that kind of stuff normally, but I'm going to show some of that if we encounter it, because it does tell their story. And their story was survival. Yeah, it was survival. This whole living back in that time, we're talking the 1800s here, was literally surviving off the land with whatever you could. And their gardens and the canning got them through that time period. Stay tuned. We're going to be putting shovels in the ground here in a minute. All right, you guys, we just came walking out this road right here, and this is the cabin here. And this house, I can already see it. It's dovetail notch, so we're talking post 1840. And you know, that style of notch was real popular with the Scots-Irish. All right, you guys, we're walking down to the house, and I want to show you something that is very interesting. Doug found it. You know, people up here hunt. This is a big deer hunting place. This is what they call a buck rub. And normally a buck, a big buck might hit a tree this size. And you can see this is an old buck rub right here. You know, inch. I've never seen a tree that size. Have you?
That's pretty big. Not very many.
And so you got a big buck here, big wide rack. You can see where he hit here a little bit. That's the largest buck rub I've ever seen. Well, look at this. All right. We're going to check this place out. This is awesome. Sometimes there's some cool stuff down in there underneath.
The old American chestnut. Yeah. Always like looking at that. Oh yeah.
Well, look at this old bottle. Hey, we found treasure already. That is a cork top.
Cork top bottle.
Cork top bottle right there. There's an old car down there. I don't know what make or model. We'll check that out in a little bit. There's a jar here. It's got stuff in it. Put this right up here. We'll take this bottle with us, but I'll put it right there. Oh, wow. Look at that fireplace.
Yeah.
Boy, look how big it was. It's cracked.
The hearthstone is, yeah.
I don't see stairs going up. Maybe the winder stairs were over there. So this fireplace is internal. Believe it or not, that's kind of common over here. Over there in Virginia, where I'm at, it's more
on the outside.
more on the outside.
Yeah.
Over here, they put them on the inside so they could capitalize on the
Heat from the rock.
the stone heating up and radiant heating the house. Now those aren't hand hewn; those look like sawn, dressed lumber up there, including the joists.
Yeah.
So this cabin may not be all that old. There's a square nail.
Or they redone the inside. And
Yeah.
maybe this, but yeah, I mean, like a lot of other things.
Well, you know, they chinked it. I mean, somebody come back in here and chinked it with cement. So I would say somebody's lived here, say within modern times. Well, there's a well right here.
It's either the well or where the outhouse was.
Oh, look at the old blue jars. There's blue canning jars.
You know, old well means old junk piles.
Yeah.
Old, even
And some old bottles. I think these are old.
They turn them into the.
Could be. Here's an old bed frame.
It's cut. It sure is. Somebody used that. Somebody used that to grow.
Oh, look.
See, that's cut. Look at that.
Facial
That
cream.
one's not broke. That's cut.
Well, you can do that if you have
A string.
hot liquid
Yeah, here's that.
and then cold liquid.
Right there's the other part of it.
You pour cold liquid in on top of hot liquid, it'll split there. Just like, yeah, just like that. Oh, this is crazy. Look, there's
Garbage pile.
several of these.
I was telling my dad, I said, there's just free stuff everywhere.
We're going to put these over here where our collection pile is. It is a cool sight. I mean, this is like something you see in a bookstore. Like a
Photograph.
Yeah, it would. All right, you guys, I'm going to turn you off for a minute. I'm going to get some pictures here. I'll bring you back. We'll go explore some more. That's awesome. All right, you guys, I wanted to bring you here to see this. This used to be the spring house, and there is a spring coming out of the ground right here, and it comes this way. And there's a lot of sheet metal on here too. I mean, this is probably the old roof right here. That's right here. And there's some parts and pieces of crock here. Shame it's broken. It's probably been shot. Old crock. And they would store kraut and milk in that. Now there's a lot of sheet metal here, Doug. There's a bicycle wheel. Somebody had a bicycle up here. Looky here. I found my first bona fide treasure.
Wow. What'd you find? That's not what made that. Killed it. Not what made the bark rub.
That's an 8-point right there.
No. There you go. Hop on your bike and ride it out of here.
Yeah, I already filmed that. Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, you need to take that with you.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. If we don't find anything else, that's treasure. I wonder if there's a date on anything.
I mean, I saw something cool when it was contained in an old refrigerator. Dogs or something probably drug it in there.
This is another reason why I do this stuff in the fall and winter months, because there would be black snakes and copperheads and everything else in here. Now here's the canning jar lid.
I already found the beer bottle.
Now this went, the zinc lid would go over top of that. This would be what they sealed it with right here. Oh yeah, there's lots of them in here, Brian. Now, Doug told me the last person to live here was an old lady. And she lived by herself up here. So she might have had gas, because I see a piped line right here. Now, my family lived here back in the 1880s. And I honestly don't know when they moved out of here. Oh, look, there's a bird nest hanging right on the side. There's a pea pot right there.
Yeah.
You don't have a pot to piss in.
She had one.
She had
That's all
one.
she had.
She's an old lady all by herself up here.
You can tell that they had wallpaper.
250 right before you get up into.
So what we're talking about, they'd put newspaper on the walls here, and that would keep the air from coming in the gaps. And once you stop the air infiltration, keeping the air from coming in, replacing the heat air going out, once you stop that, you can retain the heat in the house. And so that's what they would do. There's a lot of garbage, a lot of trash in the ground. There's an old brass bed frame. See how much higher we are? We're actually staying as high as that roof is because the building has rotted and slowly sinking into the ground. Here's a refuse pit. Man, look at this.
It's probably still good. Is it open?
Yeah. Here's a wash basin. I'm going to turn the machine on. I got my Deus 2. And one thing about the Deus is it finds everything. I brought my MineLab also. I interchange these machines depending on the sites that I'm at. And I'm not saying that one machine's better than the other. You know, I know the MineLab a little better than I know the Deus, and I can notch out certain signals with it. Probably should have brought that up to this site because there's just so much sheet metal and junk in the ground. I don't have high hopes for this site, but it's cool. What kind of car do we have? Looks like a Corvair. No, the motor's in the front.
Yeah, that's true.
The motor's in the front. Corvair's.
I mean, whatever this is, it says Chrysler there, but I can't make out the rest of it.
Somebody took the engine out of it, and they left you with the rest of it, Doug.
Somebody tried to shoot the door open too.
It's a taxi. They brought a taxi up here.
That was the man.
Yeah.
Didn't let him leave.
Taxi got up here, broke down, and that was the end of him.
I gotta be a man. He ain't getting out of here. Misery. Had him hobbled in the basement.
All right, so there's a couple places we're going to look at. I don't know, the other one I saw it was collapsed. I don't know if it's a log house.
I don't know.
This one's a log house. So we're gonna spend a little time here. Maybe we'll find one thing.
We're gonna be fighting metal on top of metal.
Yeah. Let's get started. All right, you guys, I'm right off the foundation here. I told Doug I had a high squeaker here. There's a lot of trash in the ground. I kicked out the leaves. I found this cool little bottle, and it still has the cork in it.
Oh wow.
Yeah, isn't that awesome? Still has a cork. That's a keeper right there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome.
That's awesome.
That might be Stetson cologne or something.
Yeah, I don't know. There's stuff in it. There's liquid in it, clear liquid. That's a keeper there. The area here is really trashy. I'm going to spend some time here, but I only have Doug for part of the day. He related a story I wanted to tell you guys. The old lady that lived here. Doug's not here for me to ask how he found this out or how does he know, but he does know people that knew the woman that lived here. And he said that there's gravestones here around this house somewhere. And he's out there actually walking to see if he can't find them. She could see those gravestones from the house, and it spooked her out. And that's one of the reasons why she left out of here, because it's just a creepy place and a creepy vibe. And seeing those old gravestones. You found an axe head. Yeah, that's a barn. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Swamp.
So I was telling my fans about the lady that was getting spooked out because she could see the tombstones from her house. Where'd you hear that story from?
A guy that lived on the other side of the hill had told me that a few years ago. He's since passed away, or he would have been a good resource to go talk to, but he had told me that, and it intrigued me enough to come up and kind of look around, but I never did find anything.
Well, it's kind of creepy place, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, I wouldn't want to be up here at night.
Up here in the dark by yourself.
Good gosh. Gonna take a quick swing here. Yeah, already there's 84, 85 right here. So we're gonna dig that up. Let's right there, 86, 88. Let's dig that up. Right there.
Right there?
Yeah. I think it's gonna be sheet metal.
Probably.
Oh, there it is.
That's all right.
There it is. Oh, man, look at that.
Oh, copper.
That is. Oh wow, that's a pommel. That's a pommel
for a saddle.
Yeah. That is cool. Yeah.
Brass pommel.
That is a brass pommel.
We can shine that up at my house today. I got sandpaper. We can shine that thing up nice. I got 2,000 grit.
Yeah.
Get the polisher out.
All right, that's awesome.
Heck yeah.
That is a treasure. Poor Brian. I told Brian, I said, I need to bring him over where I live, where every site we go to, we're finding Civil War bullets or large cents or buttons or just some great thing. Over here, the people were so poor they couldn't lose.
I found an axe and I'm happy.
Accent. Last time I was here, I found a couple axes and I was thrilled.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
For a lighter.
No, it is a lock. It is a brass lock.
Yeah.
Super lock.
Super lock brass.
I bet you that's from the 1950s. All right, you guys, I got a pretty good hit here. I mean, it could be trash, but we're going to dig it. 66, 73. That it? It's a rock. All right, you guys, I dug it out of that hole. And I can't tell you what it is. Gosh. All right, Doug. How heavy do you think that thing is?
I don't know. It's probably 8 or 10 pounds, I would think.
Pretty heavy, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird, though. It's got a ridge right there.
Yeah, like
It almost looks like a part off of something even.
yeah, probably is an old plow. It's probably an old plow. I don't know if you guys can see there's black ash. And I've noticed, I'm gonna put that there. I noticed there's a lot of black ash in the holes that I've dug here. So this building burned down. It had caught fire and burned down. All right, you guys, I popped this out of the ground. And this tells a story here too. I'm gonna show you. You see how this is beveled this way. It's not a wagon band. I'll put down here. Here's the other one. I found them together. This is from a barrel. It's from a cask, like a moonshine cask. And there could be a moonshine still up here somewhere. Still in the barn. I'm right actually in the barn. And there is, I couldn't pull it out. I was going to show it to you, but I couldn't pull it out. And it is a piece of wagon machinery. It's under this tree. They had orchards up in here. You know, they would store their apples in barrels and keep them cool. And then store them in a place like this, and then they'd have apples in the wintertime. All right, you guys, I think I could have found something good. I don't know 100%, but I'm going to show it to you, and we're going to look at it together. Let you listen to it. 86, 87, which is good. And I see a rim. No, it's a buckle. I can see it right now. It is, yeah, it's going to be horse tack buckle.
Probably brass.
Yeah. It's flat. So it's not from, it's not modern. This is old. All right. That's pretty cool. All right, you guys, I found something. It's not great, but it's good. Still at the barn site. I had a good hit. And this hole is like 15 inches deep. And I just popped it out. 87. There it is. This is gonna be an old pocket knife. Old pocket knife. And it's brass. It is a brass pocket knife. I've never in my life seen an all metal pocket knife. That's exactly what that is. And it's got that beautiful green patina. And I'm not surprised to see an old pocket knife here at an old barn site. All right. All right, you guys. I started pulling it out. I'm finding lots of iron up here. Oh, lots of iron, and that's another axe head, Brian. It's heavy, but Brian's gonna restore some of these. He might not restore this one, but he could. Just need cleaned up.
Yeah, it's a big one. It's got enough metal I can grind it down.
Yeah.
And I got that other one. It's about the same size as this one.
All right, we're gonna restore it. All right, you guys, let's get to the next hole. Hey, you guys, welcome back. I'm here with Doug. Doug's dad's right up here. He's come to join us. My cousin Brian, he's up there. And we're still at this barn. Last thing I found was this pocket knife. And Doug and I were talking about, you know, how common it was for men to lose their pocket knives. There's a little bit of irony here. Doug, what have we been doing for the last...
I've been looking for your cell phone.
I don't know if you guys can see how brushy it is here. I have metal detect all this, hiked up that valley. The house is down there, metal detector around that house, and I noticed that I didn't have my cell phone. And I lost my cell phone. And they were so far out in the sticks, Life 360 could not pick it up. And I hit the panic button, and I'm like, oh my gosh, all my photographs, everything's on my phone. I did not even know my daughter's or son's phone numbers because it's cell phones, it's in the contacts. Yeah, so I didn't memorize that stuff. Well, anyway, so Doug and his dad, and Brian and myself, we've been looking for my cell phone. And thank God we found it. We found it. We found it.
I'm glad 100 years from now somebody's not finding it.
Yep, 100 years from now they're going to sit there and say, oh, some guy from back lost his cell phone like we lose. They lost pocket knives 100 years before that. But anyway, so what we're going to do, you know, we're going to wrap it up here at the house. Well, this barn. I had fun here at this site. The house site was a little trashy. That's actually where they found the phone, is at the last place. The selfie that you see in the video at the end, that's where I lost my phone. All right, so we're getting ready to hike out of here. We're going to take my 8-point with us, but Brian said he can make something out of that.
Well, I'll make a plaque to put it on.
All right. Also, Brian wanted me to mention something that he's absolutely right on. This rhododendron right here. It's any rhododendron in the woods at this location. In fact, this was a good indicator of a house site here. And there are a lot of walnut trees up here. You know, I mentioned a lot of that in a lot of my videos, how there's walnut trees. And there's a lot of walnuts here. And walnuts is another telltale sign of an old house site. All right, you guys, I'm going to do the wrap up right here at my truck. We're going to be heading up the valley here to the next site. and I wanted to show you what we found. We did not get skunked, and we weren't up there a couple hours, maybe a couple hours, and half of that was looking for my phone. But anyway, so I want to show you, we didn't get skunked, we did pretty well. Which one did you find?
The biggest one.
The biggest one. So Brian found that. I found this one and this wedge almost in the same hole. They're about 2 foot apart. Brian found this lock, and we can probably get some name off of that. I found that cork top bottle. I found this brass pommel from a saddle. I found a little rat head or a mouse, or could be squirrel. Chipmunk. Pocket knife. Cool pocket knife. It's probably one of the best pocket knives I've ever found. A flat buckle. I found some horse tack. I found a bone shell button, and I found a cork top bottle. And that's what we found in about an hour, really. So anyway, you guys, appreciate you tagging along on this episode. Stay tuned, we're heading to another spot. I don't know if we'll find anything there, and it might be in this video if we don't find much there, but we're gonna go check it out. Hey you guys, I just wanted to provide a quick update on the deer rack that my cousin's mounting for me. So what he's done is he's cut this piece of board here. He's already polyurethaned it, sanded it, made it nice and smooth. And the deer rack that we found at that old house, this will go right here on there. This is the pommel. What he's done is he has cleaned this up and sanded it. And then he put in a brass screw here with wood, and he's going to mount this right here. I'm just shocked at how well that turned out. I mean, that's just a gorgeous piece of brass. And who knows how long it sat up there in the woods. Probably 150 years. It's looking really good.
Beautiful family history to hang on your wall.
So this is the pocket knife that we found.
After I buffed it, so this side still needs buffed, but...
This is the first pocket knife I've ever seen that is all metal and all brass. And it looks like gold. And I haven't buffed this side out. Not yet, but I've got all the rust off of it. Now this knife will never be restored to operation or operable. But I told Brian, I said, I might just mount it right there on the deer antlers. There's no manufacturer's mark on there that I can see. What I might do is, where's that antler piece at?
Another room.
Man, I don't know if you guys can see how bright. Sean, man, that is gorgeous. That would have been a gorgeous knife when it was new. So what I'll probably do is drill a couple holes in this wood and mount that with a metal bracket and have that on there. Yeah, it's good. I like it. I like it really
So now
well.
we've got to do the axis next.
The axes, yeah. So Brian's going to restore the axes that we found there, and we'll bring them back to life. All right, you guys, here is the belt buckle, or horse tack buckle. Probably goes across the reins, probably from a bridle rein of the horse. It was probably on the same saddle as that pommel right there. And what we're going to do is we're going to mount this right up here, right above the pocket knife. And you can see the brass coming through on that pocket knife. We're going to mount these up there. We're going to use some copper wiring here. So we're going to fray this out, this copper wiring, and we're going to mount it right here. And then I'm going to hang this on the wall at my house. All right, you guys, here is the final end result. We got the mounted deer rack. We got the mounted brass buckle that we restored. We got the mounted pocket knife that we restored. And we got the mounted brass pommel from the saddle that we restored. So what we've done is those artifacts that we found at my grandparents', we have fully restored and we have mounted. And that's going to go on my wall at home. Brian, thank you so much for all your help.
Oh, you're welcome.
I hope you had fun out there.
Had a blast.
I had a blast too. All right, you guys, thanks for joining me in this episode. Hit like, share, and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one. Take care and God bless. Bye.